Putting crochet and horror together seems unlikely, right? But for fans who live for the thrill of fiendish characters like Michael Myers, Pennywise, or Ghostface, merging macabre pop culture with crochet seems like the perfect mix of two loves. And the inspiration behind this video is actually the dress that I'm wearing. I got it from a market a little while ago and it was handcrafted by the artist. And if she had an Instagram, I definitely would tag her below, but she didn't. And I just thought it was so fun. It perfectly fit. And it just has all these really fun horror posters on it. And many of you also voted a little while ago saying that you would love to see this roundup too. And I really loved putting this list together. I found so many different spooky but cuddly creations, and I separated them into 4 different categories: amigurumi, accessories, home decor, and clothing. And as always, you can find all the exact links to each pattern that I mentioned over on my blog, which is linked in the description box below. All right, let's get into it. If you're a fan of Stephen King, you might love this first one, and it is the Pennywise Amigurumi by Gui Chai. It's designed with sport weight yarn and is perfect for intermediate level crocheters. It's written in English, Spanish, and German, and you can easily adjust the size of the doll as you like by simply using a thicker yarn weight. I loved the eyes that they used on this one, and the hair is amazing, and this one's a paid pattern over in their Etsy shop. Another great make is this Grady Twin Dolls by Hooray It's Crochet. This is inspired by the Shining's Eerie Hallway Twins, and I love the little details on this one, and this one is a paid pattern over in their Etsy. The dolls are about 5.5 inches tall when made with sport weight yarn, and I really loved how there are small magnets that you sew on to the hands to make them hold hands, which is a really lovely and creative detail. Or make this mini Freddy Krueger by Chocotet Amigurumis. This pattern is rated easy to make and in English and Spanish, and it's a 13-page PDF file with 33 step-by-step photos, so it's really detailed. The size of the doll is 11 centimeters, so it's nice and small, and I love the little hat on him, and this one's a paid pattern over in their Etsy as well. If you love Stranger Things, you might like this next one. It's the Junior Demogorgon by Moncho Designs. It's advanced beginner to make, and it only uses basic stitches, but does require a bit of basic hand sewing. This one works up quite quickly as well, and I love the stitching of the teeth on the flower face, and this one's a free pattern over on their Ribbler. If you love Poltergeist, you might like this next one. It's the Haunted TV pattern by Hooray It's Crochet, and this one includes instructions to make the girl and ghost TV. The doll measures about 5 inches and is more intermediate level to make, and this one is a paid pattern over in their Etsy. Or you can turn your nightmares into something cute and cuddly with this Chucky doll by Tales of Twisted Fibers. It measures 8.5 inches, and this one's free on their blog. It does require changing colors and working with as many as 4 different colors of yarn at one time. So this one is a bit more intermediate level to make. The special stitches are the back post single crochet, increase and decrease stitches, loop stitch, and 4 double crochet bobble stitch. And this one's made from the bottom up, and I just thought this one was really nice and detailed. Another great Demogorgon to make are these keychains by Karina Reynoso. This one's free over on their Ravelry and is a beginner-friendly level pattern. To create it, you work all the parts separately, then sew them all together, and it does require a bit of light sewing to finish it off. You do also sew on the red felt and embroider the teeth and add a keychain on it, which is also really nice. I also liked this Zero Levy as well, and this one's a great make if you love The Nightmare Before Christmas and want to make your own ghost dog. I liked all the details like the ears and the collar, and this one is more of an intermediate level make, and it's a paid pattern over in their Etsy. Another great one is the Little Shop of Horrors Venus Flytrap. This pattern creates a 12-inch long flytrap inspired by Audrey 2, and is created using basic stitches to make, so it's definitely beginner friendly. I especially loved the little teeth on this one, and it's a paid pattern over in their Etsy. All right, and now I'll share some accessories patterns. First is the Spooky Hotel Bag by Dark and Twisty Housewife. This one is a bit more intermediate level to make, and there is a bit of color work for part of the bag. It's worked up with worsted weight yarn, so it would work up quite quickly. And this pattern is a paid pattern over in their Etsy, and it's inspired by the hotel floor carpet in The Shining. So this would be really great to make if you love The Shining. It's Frankenstein Cowl by Nod Badami. This one's beginner friendly to make and uses wool ease thick and quick, so it'd work up quite quickly. And if you're a fan of Mary Shelley's classic monstrous tale, then you'd love this one. It measures about 16.5 inches long by 5 inches wide, and I really loved the screws on it and that they're filled with polyfill to give it a nice texture and three-dimensional feel. And this one's a free pattern over on their blog. If you're a fan of Scream, you'd also love this next one. It's the Ghostface bookmark by Courtney Craft, and it's worked up with simple stitches. It'd also be perfect to whip up and put in your favorite horror novels or gift to a friend who loves horror. And this one's a paid pattern over on their Ravelry. Another great make is this Saw bag by Dark and Twisty Housewife. It's inspired by the Saw franchise and is perfect to make and bring that horror along with you wherever you go. And it's more intermediate level to make, because it does require a bit of color work to make it. And I loved how detailed this one was and the colors that they chose. And this one's a paid pattern over on their Ravelry and is part of a larger collection. And I'll definitely be sharing a couple more on this list. But if you love any and all of these, you should definitely check out their book and see all of the patterns. The Ghostface coffin bag, also by Dark and Twisty Housewife, uses a classic horror motif to turn into an unforgettable spooky accessory. And not only is it shaped like a coffin, but it features the Scream mask, so it's perfect for spooky season or anytime you want to give your look an extra spooky touch. This one is more intermediate level to make with the color work, and it's a paid pattern over in the Ravelry. Another great one is this horror dice bag by Craig A. Spencer. If you're a fan of the Lovecraftian classic, then this could be a perfect one for you. And it's an intermediate level make, and it measures 5 by 3.5 inches and has 2 different types of tentacles and eye shapes. And this one is also a paid pattern over in Ravelry. Or if you love Beetlejuice, you might also like the bag by Dark and Twisty Housewife. This one is also a paid pattern in their collection, and it's more intermediate level to make with all of the color work. I thought that this one really captures the campy, quirky, gothic chaos of the cult classic film. And if you love Beetlejuice and you want to see more patterns inspired by Beetlejuice, you should definitely check out the Beetlejuice crochet roundup video that I made a while ago, and I'll put that up in the card above. You could also make the Friday the 13th bag, also by Dark and Twisty Housewife. This one is also intermediate level, of course, with all of that color work, and it also requires being comfortable with the tapestry crochet. So if you're a fan of the slasher series, this one is definitely a must make. All right, now I'll share some home decor patterns. First is the Jack Skellington Cup Cozy by Janet Rose. This one is a free pattern on Ravelry. To make it, you make the cup cozy, then the eyes and bow tie, and then embroider on the mouth. And there's also an Oogie Boogie Cup Cozy from The Nightmare Before Christmas as well. So this is perfect to make a nice little set. I also liked the Frankenlight by Snappy Tots. It's beginner friendly, and there are 2 sizes, a pint and quart size. It's made in the round, and then the eyes and nose are worked and sewn on. And this one's perfect for Halloween, and it's free over on their blog. Or make the Rocky Horror Lips by Cottontail Whiskers. It measures 23 by 13 by 5 inches and is more experience level to make. It's inspired by none other than the Rocky Horror Picture Show and has a lot of photos to help with making it, and would be perfect to display on your wall. I thought this one was so creative and detailed, and it's a paid pattern over on their website. I also like the Killer Clown Ray Gun by Amber Lancaster. This pattern is based on the Cotton Candy Ray Gun by Killer Clowns from Outer Space, and it's more intermediate level to make and is worked in the round. I really loved this one in that chunky plush yarn, and it's a paid pattern over on their website. Another great make is the Scary Clown Afghan by Crochet a Memory. It's an advanced beginner level make and is made using the corner to corner technique, and your choice of weight will determine the exact size. And this one is a paid pattern over in their Etsy shop. Another great make is the Shining Blanket by Crafting, and it's inspired by the carpet in the Overlook Hotel in The Shining as well. And it measures 5¼ feet long by 5½ feet wide if you maintain that gauge, and it's a paid pattern over in their Etsy. I really loved the bold colors, and you can make it also not as wide if you want to make it as a runner to display on your table. It would be perfect for Halloween decor, I think. You could also bring Freddy Krueger into your home with this wall hanging by the Crescent Haven. It's the perfect intermediate level make and measures 22½ inches wide and long, but it's so lovely if you love that modern and minimalist feel, and it's a paid pattern over in their Etsy shop, and this one would be perfect to frame as well, I think, and bring that Nightmare on Elm Street vibe to your space. The Ghostface banner by Something Crochet is also a great pick, and this one is a YouTube video tutorial on their channel and would be perfect to celebrate spooky season with this make. And it's worked from a grid pixel, so it would be good to be comfortable with that and color work in general. And so I would say that this one is more of an intermediate level make because of it. All right, so now I'll share some clothing patterns. First is the Strange and Unusual cardigan by Your Inspirations, and it's rated easy to create, although I would say it's more confident beginner because the special stitches are the double crochet back post and front post as well, and the half double crochet two together. There are sizes extra small to 5XL, and of course it's inspired by Beetlejuice, so it's perfect if you love that Tim Burton classic. Or make the Twisty Toothy Terror Hood by the Twisted Hatter. This one is another great Beetlejuice inspired make, and it's more advanced because it's just so detailed, and it does use basic stitches, but I think it's a pretty epic make, and it would be the perfect make for Halloween, and this one's a paid pattern over in their Etsy shop. Well, what'd you think of all of these horror-inspired crochet patterns? Let me know in the comments below. And I really enjoyed creating this list and enjoy these roundups, so let me know if there are any specific ones that you want to see soon. I have a couple planned with Halloween around the corner. And if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave a scream emoji in the comments. And also make sure that you subscribe and click the bell if you want to be notified of future crochet inspired videos like this one. Well, thank you for watching, and I hope you'll join me in the next one.